Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene has spewed drivel about Jewish-controlled space lasers being responsible for wildfires. She compared wearing masks to the Holocaust. But there is, the liberal Democrats seem to have a particular issue here. Representative Ilhan Omar responded to the question of why so many of her colleagues supported Israel with the now infamous 2019 tweet, "It's all about the Benjamins, baby." Then there's fellow liberal Democrat and squad member Rashida Tlaib, Michigan, who's basically beat Jayapal to the punch when she made basically the exact same statement in 2021.
I mean, I think it's really important to understand Israel as a racist state.
And here we are years later still asking, what is the deal with the left wing and Israel and Jews? Geraldo, what is the deal?
Well, as a proud Eureka, and as a Zionist, I think there is sometimes a confusion between being anti-Netanyahu and being anti-Semitic. It's certainly happening in college campuses all across the country. It's a very, very big and very concerning issue. Netanyahu, very, very right-wing. He's called into question the efficacy of his own Supreme Court. He threatens to make the nation much more religious. Mm-hmm. The secular side of Israel is up.
But that's different, right? That's a different issue, criticizing Netanyahu than saying Israel is a race, because it's the same thing as the United States.
That's where I think a lot of anti-Semitic buzz comes from that. Comes from a very regressive government. I've known him for years. Yeah. He has encouraged settlement building in the occupied West Bank. He has done a lot of things. He has totally turned his back on the two-state solution. And a lot of the Jews who are in the middle of the road or leaning left are very...
But that's all true, except I don't think that's why the Democrats continue to have, and not Democrats in general, it tends to be the left wing.
She's a Muslim woman.
Right.
What do you expect?
What do you mean? A Muslim woman to say this is a racist state?
When we ask for diversity in the Congress of the United States to reflect the country that the Congress seeks to serve. And you get Muslims and women and other, you can't have the same kind of we're all in this kumbaya.
No, I get no kumbaya, but again, words have consequences, particularly when you're a public figure, right? And you make broad generalizations. If someone said the United States is a racist state, and then they said, well, I didn't mean the United States.
Arabs are terrorists.
I would agree that that's a broad sweeping.
I mean, I think that both sides are guilty of this.
But who of the public figures on the right has said Arabs are terrorists? Period.
But because the right is that's a good question.
I mean, I mean,
I'm not going to name.
No, I don't know. There may be. I mean,
I think at some point our leaders all have to grow the heck up. I mean, being an anchor, you have to watch your words. Watch your words. Like, what kind of leader are you? We elected you, and maybe that's the problem. We elected the wrong people.
Well, but I do think that this is an issue, though, with the left, and again, I keep coming back to this.
You're getting at that you think it's a certain group of like the squad,
the far left of the Democratic Party. I think tends to have a strain of anti-Semitism
because they have a strain, or more than a strain, of really being compassionate and a very pro-Palestinian cause in terms of the whole idea that there's an apartheid in Israel and that there's two different ways of living, and when you're Palestinian and that's where you have to go every day to work.
That is their argument. Yes, that is their argument.
That's their argument. Yes. But did you also see the standing ovation that Israeli President Herzog got? I mean, we cannot forget how important.
Did you see
Okay. Oh, no, I was just saying how important the U.S.-Israeli relationship is.
I don't even know what Geraldo's going to... Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.